Morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about band pass filters. So, what do you mean by a band pass filter? As you know, uh, it is also a type of another filter, and band pass filter has a pass band between two cutoff frequencies. They are named as higher cutoff frequency FH and FL. The condition should be in such a way that the higher cutoff frequency should be always greater than the lower cutoff frequency. That means FH should be greater than FL. So any input frequency outside this pass band is attenuated. In band pass filter, any input frequency outside this pass band is attenuated. Basically, there are two types of band pass filter. One is wide band pass filter and another one is narrow band pass filter. Narrow band pass filter. Now, how we should have to recognize what do you mean by a wide band pass filter, and on the other hand, how we should have to recognize a narrow band filter. A wide band pass filter is one if it's a figure of merit, or in other words, you can say quality factor is less than 10, then it is defined as a wide band pass filter. And the similar way, if the quality factor is greater than 10, it is called as narrow band filter. So here, the quality factor or the term Q is actually measure of selectivity. That means the higher the value of key Q, the more selective is the filter or the narrower its a bandwidth. So this is how we can recognize wide band pass filter, and on the other hand narrow band filter, and Q is the main part here. That means it is going to measure the selectivity of the filter. Okay, selectivity of the filter, right? And now the relationship between the quality factor, the 3 dB bandwidth, and center of frequency FC is given by the equation. That means we should need to relate all these three things. Then the quality factor is defined by equation ratio of the center frequency to the bandwidth. So Q is equal to FC divided by bandwidth. That means bandwidth is nothing but the difference between the higher cutoff frequency minus lower cutoff frequency. Hence, the equation number one represents the quality factor of the filter, right? For the wideband pass filter, the center frequency is usually denoted as FC and can be defined as the geometric mean of the FH into FL. That is square root of FC is equal to square root of FH into FL. You can call it as equation number 2, where FH is the high cutoff frequency in terms of hertz, and similarly FL is the low cutoff frequency of the wideband pass filter. In a narrow band pass filter, the output voltage peaks at the center of the frequency. So now we will study in detail about the how we can construct or how we can design the wide band pass filter and as well as the narrow band pass filter. So just now we have looked what do you mean by a band pass filter and how they have subdivided into two types, the wide band pass filter and as well as the narrow band pass filter. Now we'll study in detail what do you mean by a wide band pass filter. So a wide band pass filter can be formed by simply cascading the two filters, that is high pass filter and as well as the low pass filter. So if we will connect, or if we want to design a first order high pass and first order low pass filter, that means a wide band pass filter with first order can be obtained with the help of plus or minus 20 dB per decade roll off. That means when we will combine the first order high pass filter with the first order low pass filter, those are cascaded, then it is called as first order wide band pass filter. Similarly, or in terms of RC component, we are using only one RC component for the first order wide band pass filter. Similarly, we can construct for the second order wide band pass filter also. And for second order wide band pass filter, as you already know it, how to define the second order, that is when the roll-off factor, that is the roll-off is plus or minus 40 dB per decade in the band pass filter. The second order high pass and as well as the second order low pass sections are connected in series, then it is said to be a second order wide band pass filter. Okay, and now we will look into the diagram of the first order wideband pass filter, which is having a roll off of plus or minus 20 dB decade. So the input voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal of the our first order high pass section. This is the nothing but the first order high pass filter, and similar way here R1, RF, and C and R, and input voltage is given to the our first order high pass section, and this first order high pass section is cascaded with the first order low pass filter in order to get the first order wideband pass filter. So in the next term, the first order filter, that is the first order low high pass section, is cascaded with the first order low pass section in order to get the wideband pass filter. So we have already defined the what do you mean by a band pass filter. A band pass filter will what it will does, it will passes only certain band of frequency, that is called as band pass filter. Outside that band, that all other frequencies are rejected at the output, and that is known as wide band pass filter. Okay, and this is the circuit diagram or diagram for the wide band pass filter. And what we have cascaded the two filters, the first order filter, first order high pass section, and as well as the first order low pass section. The output is taken across the second op amp, that is first order low pass section, that is V0, and hence can get the frequency response of the output voltage also by designing a wideband pass filter. So as I said, that figure shows the plus or minus 20 dB decade wideband pass filter, and as you have already seen in the figure, it is cascaded of the first order high pass section and as well as the first order low pass section. Okay, and to realize the band pass response, you should have a one condition. The condition is in such a way that the higher frequency must be always greater than the lower frequency. This is the condition in order to realize the band pass response, that is the FH must be greater than the FL. Okay, in this way we can realize the band pass response of the filter. Okay, and the voltage gain magnitude of the band pass filter can be determined by taking the product of the voltage gain magnitude of the high pass and low pass section, and that is given by the equation, that is magnitude of V0 by Vin is equal to the AFT into F divided by FL divided by square root of 1 plus F by FL square into 1 plus F by FH square, where this AFT is nothing but total passband gain of the two filters, and F is the frequency of the input signal in terms of hertz, and FL is the low cutoff frequency in terms of hertz, and FH is also high cutoff frequency in terms of hertz. Okay, in this way we can design a band pass filter. And now this is the frequency response of the band pass filter. Okay, so as we have already said, it is going to pass only certain band of frequency. The certain band of frequency is here the pass band. Okay, the pass band means here it is going to pass these frequencies only. Okay, in between the two sections, that is high pass section and low pass sections. Okay, and these are the frequencies which are attenuated. Those are called as stop band, whereas the frequencies which are allowing that band is called as pass band. This is the frequency response of the op amp A1 and A2, that is dual op amp, and the a plot of gain, that is magnitude of the gain V0 by Vin versus frequency, is drawn here, and that represents a band pass frequency response of the filter. So the gain, as the frequency increases, so I can say in other terms, it is going to pass only this specified passband. These are the frequencies which it is going to pass in the passband. Okay, and next one is narrow band pass filter. So in this is another type of band pass filter. The main here we are using narrow band pass filter, and it is the narrow band pass filter using multiple feedback, and that has been shown in the figure. I will just come to that figure, and it has two feedback paths. In narrow band, we are having two feedback paths, and hence the name is multiple feedback filter, and hence the name is multiple feedback filter. And for narrow band filter, usually the op-amp is used in the inverting mode. So this is the diagram for the narrow band band pass filter, and as I said, it uses a multiple feedback path. This is the first feedback path, and this is the second feedback path, and input voltage is also given to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. Okay, and in this way we can construct the narrow band pass filter. Here the compared to the previous band pass filter, the gain, the pass band is a little bit narrower here, and hence the name, the frequency response of the narrow band filter is narrower, and hence it is also called as narrow band filter. This is the frequency response of the narrow band pass filter. Okay, and generally this narrow band pass filter is designed for specific value of center frequency FC, and as well as the center quality factor. Okay, it is generally designed for the center frequency and the quality factor Q, or in other words you can say FC and the bandwidth. Okay, that is FH minus FF. Okay, and the circuit components are determined from the following relationship, and in order to simplify the design calculation, we should have to select the values in such a way that the C1 should be equal to C2. Okay, C1 should be equal to C2. In this way, we can select our component in order to make the design simple calculation. Okay, and there are some relations which has to be understood by we should have to know some of the relation how to calculate the values of R1, R2, R3, and with how they are related to the quality factor and the feedback. They have been related. That has been given from equation 1, 2, 3, and all those things here we have written in those things. R1 should be calculated is equal to the ratio of quality factor divided by 2 pi FC into C into AF, feedback factor. Okay, call this as equation number 1. Similarly, the value of the R2 can be calculated, that is equal to Q divided by 2 pi FC into C in the bracket 2 into Q square minus AF. Call it as equation number 2. Okay. Similarly, we can relate the quality factor and the cutoff frequency in order to calculate the value of R3. R3 is equal to Q divided by pi into FC into C. Call this as equation number 3. So, as we know, the AF is the gain at the center frequency FC, and that is given by AF is equal to R3 divided by 2R1. Okay, AF is the gain at the center frequency FC, and that is given by the equation AF is equal to R3 divided by 2R1. Call that as equation number 4. Now, the gain AF, however, must satisfy the following condition. So, in order to design this equation, or in order to design the narrow band filter, we should have to design in such a way that the gain AF should be always less than the 2 times the quality factor square. Okay, 2 times Q square. So this is the condition number, or in order to the gain AF must satisfy the condition AF should be less than 2 times Q square. Call this as equation number 5. Okay, and the advantage of the multiple feedback filter is that its a center frequency FC can be changed to a new frequency F dash C. Okay, the advantage of the multiple feedback filter is in the our narrow band filter mainly is that you can say its center frequency FC can be changed to a new frequency, say F dash C, without changing the gain or bandwidth of the filter. Okay, and this is accomplished simply by changing the R2 to R2 dash, so that the R2 dash can be calculated R2 into Fc divided by F dash C square. Okay, in this way the passband filters can be studied. In next class we are going to study about the band reject filters. Once again there also two cases exist and we will study it in the next